The Joe Rogan Experience.
So wait, so it was on that All Talk Radio. Was that the guy who would what was his name? He would do all the voices. He would do all the characters.
No, he was on
that
it too,
radio
though.
show.
Phil Hendry.
Phil Hendry.
Phil Hendry
the
would.
great Phil Hendry.
He would, and he still does it. If you've never heard Phil Hendry, he's a goddamn genius.
Yeah.
Phil Hendry would answer the phone, and then he would be the caller. So he would call up with these ridiculous, he would say ridiculous shit.
Yeah.
Where you're like, how can this guy be real? And people would get so angry.
Yeah.
And then other people would call in, like, that man is so ignorant. And then he would say, no, ma'am, you're ignorant.
He'd
I
get in
am
fights with
standing
them.
here in front of the Journal of American Medicine. And he would just go on these, and most people were in on the gag.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean? I wouldn't even say most people, maybe like 60% of the people were in
Yeah,
on the gag. It was
yeah.
great.
So
I remember
good.
being parked in front of my house, like listening to it, like, what the fuck,
What's
man?
he doing? I know. He was amazing.
think he's
just
still around.
Yeah, I think he is. I think you're right.
What does he do these days? Does he have a radio show?
He's
Pull up
probably
Phil
working.
Hendry.
He's probably working with Uncle Floyd.
The Phil Hendry Show.
The Phil Hendry
Hendry
show. Is it
Show.
on the radio?
The YouTubes.
Official HQ for Satires. Today's show. Spot iTunes.
I feel
SoundCloud.
about
Right.
when I hear about. Okay, well that's good because when I hear people that are still doing radio, I'm like, oof. Do you have any other options? Is there other way? Can you get out?
I'm on Sirius XM right now.
That's different.
That's
At
different.
least-
Oh, you
at
mean
least
like
it's satellite radio?
You mean terrestrial?
Yeah, like radio,
Right.
like over the air radio.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? There is something like I was in a couple towns, Columbus, Ohio, Denver even, where they have a strong terrestrial radio station that's popular.
Austin does.
Austin still
Dudley
does.
and Bob.
It's such a cool thing, and we've kind of lost something, like because they're talking about the show that's coming to our town. It creates a sense of community that you don't have in other things.
Right, and it's live.
Yeah,
It's
and it's
happening
like
over the air.
tools
Yeah.
coming in this weekend. We're gonna go. We'll be there.
But
You'll
it's
be
also
there.
censored. That's a real issue.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
I mean,
It's not perfect.
I mean, look, one thing that we all owe Howard Stern a huge debt of gratitude is that he was sued by the FCC.
Yeah,
I mean,
like legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was sued. He lost a shitload of money. The media company, what was the company that had his show? Whatever the company was.
Yeah,
They were fined hundreds of thousands of dollars
right.
for him, like for almost nothing. This was
Yeah.
during the Bush administration. They were going after him. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember it.
Dude, they went after him. They went after him hard to the point where it was scary.
Yeah.
Where like you would hear about it and you're like, what?
Yeah.
What? And you would hear about the things that he got fined. See if you can find the things that Howard
The
Stern
top
got.
5 things you got fined for.
Yeah,
here.
let's pull that up.
Oh, really?
Because listen, man, whatever anybody wants to say about Howard Stern, that motherfucker opened the door for all of us. All of us. For me, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
It's like the first thing is the fart man stunt.
Well, he got fined for that on
Fined for
television?
fart man?
Yeah.
That was on television.
Because
Because he showed his ass.
Okay, it's not really surprised that he exposed his butt cheeks in a $10,000 gold spandex superhero costume, blah, blah, blah. Where does it say he got
Number
fined?
2.
Where does it say he got fined for that?
I guess it's just his up. I don't. It said his most outrageous offenses. I guess.
Oh, outrageous
no.
offenses.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hold on.
He was
Aunt Jemima joke I saw.
yeah. Well, there was a lot of stuff that he said, that you would look at it today, like in terms of like a podcast, you'd say, oh, that's not even,
There's no
Right.
not even
for
outrageous. So here's the things that he got fined for. Let's make that. Look at the fucking numbers, man. August 12th, 1993, $500,000. Infinity Broadcast Network got
Infinity.
fined.
This is 600,000.
$600,000 and $500,000. $600,000 December 18th, 1992, and then August 12th, 1993, $500,000. So within a year, 6 months' time, even.
Look, 90 to 2004.
But look at that! In 1 year's time, in 6 months' time, they get fired $1,100,000.
Jeez Louise.
Fucking insane, man.
Wow. I wonder what the offenses were.
It's
Just
fucking
language?
crazy.
Mostly language?
I'm sure it's language or subject matter, potty humor, Fuck, man. It's crazy. I mean, we think about this today in terms of like what we get away with on podcasts.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Total freedom.
Total freedom. And
Total
I think
freedom.
a lot of that was open, that door was open because of Howard Stern. What does it say that? It says, playing the piano with his penis. She recorded the Chris. Okay, let me read this. JFK FM in Washington, D.C. became the third Infinity station to air the Howard Stern Show in 1988. 2 months later, Ann Stallmel of New Jersey mistakenly tuned her radio to hear Stern talk about having naked women in for an upcoming show. She recorded this fucking snitch. She recorded the Christmas party broadcast on December 16th that featured a man playing the piano with his penis, a choir singing about gay sex to the tune of White Christmas, and women being hypnotized to achieve orgasm. Under the referral of her senator, this fucking crazy lady called a senator and congressman, Stummel filed a complaint with transcripts and a tape of the program. The FCC reviewed the evidence and asked Infinity in October 1989 for an explanation, as the material, in quotes, may have violated federal law by including indecent programming during daytime hours. Isn't that funny? Like at nighttime, it's okay to get naughty.
Yeah.
Karmazin argued that the term patently offensive in its new ruling was vague, and the sexual references cited were no more offensive than daytime television shows Geraldo and Donahue, which used similar terms without repercussions.
Sure.
His response was later rejected. FCC. Yeah, so they started finding him back then in 88.
I would imagine that for terrestrial radio, a lot of that still holds. Right?
I bet you could get away with a lot more now.
Yeah.
And because of him. Because of Howard Stern, because of look, and he was under the gun, man. And he stuck to his guns.
Yeah.
He kept doing the same program. I mean, it's a vastly different program now, and people criticize him because of that, but look, he's a different person. Yeah. You shouldn't have to do that old show. He should do whatever he wants.
Right.
That's who he is now.
Right, exactly.
You know?
But I work for NPR. I do this Live from Here, which was Prairie Home Companion, and I do this thing on that show, and they have comedians on once in a while, and they have musicians, and they are really strict. When a comic is about to go out there, he's told 20 times what he can and can't say, and it's like really, really, really strict. And if you violate it, if you say the wrong thing, they get a fine for every station that it airs on throughout the network.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
So if they have 100 stations, there's 100 fines.
Yes, exactly. It's still really serious, and that's
censorship.
6 o'clock in the evening in the East Coast.
It's so ridiculous. It's look, I get it if you have a program and it's a rated PG program, and this is the way you want it because it's for kids and it's for families and stuff like that. But for the government to step in, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it really is ridiculous. Yeah. And the fact that this was, that people had to endure this for so long.
Right.
I mean, like before Howard Stern, people have to realize there was no one like that. There was Don Imus, who was kind of controversial in some ways.
Yeah, he was.
And then Stern, who is just a totally different animal.
Yeah.
He opened the door for podcasts, for sure.
Yeah.
All these outrageous people doing podcasts, he made the roadmap.
Right. Yeah.
100%.
Well, it showed you you can come over to this side of the street and no one's going to mess with you.